Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Gabe,
It's Caleb,
and you're watching the 6th episode of the Positive Outlook podcast.
and today we're going to be talking about courage and confidence.
All right, so I got a quick question of the day before we get into it.
All right.
I guess I'll start with you, Caleb, but this goes for the viewers as well. If you could be one animal, what would you want to be and why?
A tiger,
Why is that?
because they're animals that resemble courage and fighting, and unlike the lion, they're not the king of the jungle, but that's why they have to fight every day.
Yeah,
They have that hunger in them.
okay. To get that number one spot.
Yeah.
What do you have against lions?
I love lions, but I just like tigers better. They look
Okay.
cooler. They're not so,
Because tigers are like kind of the underdog?
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
But they're also, you don't want to mess with a tiger.
Right,
So they're understood, but they are the underdog at the same time.
okay, yeah.
What about you? Your favorite animal? Let's hear it. Go.
Ooh, my favorite animal?
Yep.
Or if I could become an animal.
If you could become an animal. Okay, sorry.
Well, sorry, I mean, those are two very different things. But if I could become an animal, I would just be me. I am an animal.
No,
My mindset is
No.
unmatched,
that's not the question.
so I have to actually transmute into a different animal.
Yes. That was your question for me. So,
I would be an eagle.
an eagle.
Yeah, because eagles represent pride and freedom, and also just like all birds in general, it'd be so cool because they have nothing tying them down. They have no responsibilities. They can just get up and go.
Actually, the one thing that drew me in about eagles is they literally are independent animals.
What do you mean? Like self-sufficient?
Yeah, they don't really flock together.
Yeah.
They go after their own food for themselves. They're pretty selfish, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Very independent.
That's freedom.
So,
Sometimes you have to be a little selfish in life, guys. Remember, you gotta love yourself first, pay yourself first. All aspects of life, you got yourself in the number one spot. All right, let's get into the episode.
all right, what do you want to talk about first?
I think we should start with confidence,
Confidence?
and I'll start with a quick question.
Yeah.
Where is your confidence strongest in your life?
Probably in my future, honestly.
Okay, explain.
Well, I all my friends are going to school right now. You know what I did the last year?
What's up?
I worked at Walmart.
No shame about it. No shame.
No shame, but it's just I'm laying the groundwork for where I'm going to end up being,
Mm-hmm.
and so I have a lot of confidence in the route and where I'm going to end up at.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I have a lot of confidence in the way I can handle situations. Things that stress me out, things that make me upset, things that should be a burden to me, I see as opportunities to grow and as lessons to gain. And so I feel that if there's a hardship approaching me in my life, it's not only a hardship, it's also a lesson learned and an opportunity gained.
Where would you say confidence comes from?
I think confidence comes from the ability to trust yourself and to understand that you can handle what life has to throw at you.
It's a hard thing to build up. It
Yeah.
takes time, lots of time.
It's an easy thing to break.
Because nowadays not a lot of people are, they're not really self-loving,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, self-esteem is like an all-time low. So everybody tracks himself on that number. Like, oh, my Instagram post only got 30 likes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I'm such a loser kind of thing.
And you were talking about earlier, I don't know if you want me to bring it up or not, but how you wanted to start doing more things on your own,
Mm-hmm.
like going to the movies and everything,
Right, yeah.
and just really like get comfortable with being alone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing that has become super important to me over these last few months is learning to love myself. And so there are activities that you usually don't see people doing alone, which I want to enjoy alone. So like going out to dinner, it's a Tuesday night and I'm like, oh, I want to go get Applebee's. None of my friends are available. I'm going to go alone just because I enjoy my own company. Or going to the movies, going to a park, just stuff like that,
Yeah. I bet that'll help with confidence as well,
Oh, absolutely.
because you can always improve your confidence.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right.
There's
It's-
always somewhere that you're probably less confident in.
Yeah, 100%. And when you do have a strong confidence, you also have a strong base to build off of, because once you have like a stable confidence, you can build the rest of the things on top of it.
And we already did an episode on self-growth, but you never stop growing. So
Mhm.
definitely always work on that confidence level.
Mm-hmm. That's my favorite thing about self-growth is when you think you've got like one thing down, the next thing's right there, and it's just a constant
people who think that they have this spot they can hit and they just know everything and that's where they're going to be the rest of their lives. That's no bueno.
No bueno. So why do you think people struggle with confidence? Because I know, especially in this society, or I guess in this generation, there's a lot of people who struggle with like self-love and having, like trusting in themselves. Where do you think that comes from?
I think it comes from the ease in comparing people to each other.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause now you have all sorts of platforms of social media.
Yeah.
And you have that number that you can compare physically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this guy has this many followers. Why do I only have this many? It must be because I'm not good enough or I'm not cool enough or whatever.
Right.
And so I think that it becomes more prominent because I've heard a lot of successful habits that I've been like watching on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
are getting rid of social media.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a useful tool if it's used properly, but it absorbs you. It's an addicting thing.
Right.
You'll find yourself on there just scrolling and scrolling. And it's just so much easier to compare yourself to others. And that's like the number one thing in finding happiness is to eliminate comparing.
Right. I read this one quote, and so I read this one quote, and it was actually really, really cool because I feel like it applies to this generation really well. But it said, "There's no comparison between the sun and the moon, but they both have their time to shine." And it's like,
Was that it?
no, that wasn't it.
Okay.
But so there's no comparison between the sun and the moon. They're two completely different things, but they both have their times to shine. And so it's like if you compare the sun to the sun looks so much better. If you compare the moon to the moon looks so much worse.
Well,
They both have their time to
I've
shine.
heard that too because, the moon doesn't actually create its own light.
Right.
It's reflecting the sun's light.
Mm-hmm.
But
So that's even like if you guys are having a bad day, just fake it till you make it. If you can absorb happiness from someone else, not take their happiness, but kind of share it and then reflect it on other people.
because, people will say, oh, the moon's bright tonight. The
No,
moon
it's not.
itself is not bright.
Yeah.
It's just reflecting that light.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Robbins.
Is that Tony Robbins?
Yeah, that's Tony Robbins.
But okay, then transitioning from that, courage.
Courage.
Yeah. Cowardly Dog. You ever watch that show?
What's that?
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah, the purple one. Purple dog. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
With
that's
the
what
old
that is.
people. Yeah, I used to watch that.
Okay.
I think everybody
weird
did,
show.
right?
Really weird show, but
Does that make us old that we've seen that show?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. Comment down below if you've seen Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Go for it. Comment your favorite animal and then comment if you've seen the show.
Yeah, and then comment your favorite episode.
Mm.
All right. But,
What's your favorite episode?
What's my favorite episode?
What's your favorite?
The show's so weird.
No, I meant of our podcast.
My favorite episode of the podcast? Power Persistence.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
that was a good one.
Yeah, it is a good one. A lot of good messages in there.
But back to courage.
Yeah. So when it comes to courage, where do you get it from?
Honestly, fear.
You get courage from fear?
I get courage from fear.
Or do you get courage from the idea of fear?
Yeah.
Not so much fear?
Maybe not specifically fear, but yeah, the idea of fear.
Or the idea of fearing something?
I'm probably going to reference it a lot, but the fact that I didn't enlist, it scared the hell out of me.
Right.
I had this safety net, and it sounds weird saying enlisting and serving is a safety net,
Right.
but it set me up for college. It gave me a good base pay, and going to college and going into debt, it's
That's
kind
scary.
of I don't like that.
Yeah.
I was never a big college guy, so
Mm-hmm.
it kind of gave me courage in the fact that I was going into this unknown,
Right.
Uncharted territory.
Right. And where do you feel that us as humans grow the most? In which situations in life? Do we grow on happy evenings
No,
when everyone's hanging out with us and we can just hang out with the boys? Are we growing?
no.
But we're having fun.
Right.
So I
And
mean, it's good to have
you
that
can,
fun
you
in
can
your life.
grow in certain ways from there, but you will not grow compared to the worst night of your life.
Right.
And failing.
Yeah.
I love failing.
Failing causes fear. It does. Because you had this plan in life and now it's gone. What's next? The fear of the fear of the unknown. I feel like that's
Mhm.
one of the biggest fears in the world. People just don't know what's coming next and it scares the crap out of them.
Right.
But trusting in yourself, having that confidence to be able to push through and know that you can handle, whatever is coming next, and then having the courage to attack it when it does pop up.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Everyone has that plan.
Mm-hmm.
And the one constant factor in life is that it's going to get screwed up. That's the one thing I am for sure,
Mm-hmm.
is that something's going to happen, some roadblock, some obstacle, and that happens so you can find yourself, and get back up.
Yeah. Plans are overrated.
You think so?
Yeah.
I like plans.
No, I mean, I think that planning is good. It gives you hope and it gives you faith in the future. But I think that you should plan for a plan to not go according to
Right.
plan.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think everyone should have a plan because then they have a path.
Yeah. They have a
But they need to
outline.
understand there's going to be detours.
Mhm.
It's not going to be a perfect route.
Right.
You're going to have a flat tire or have to stop for gas,
Yeah. I literally ran out of gas and got a flat tire both this week.
Really?
Yeah. So it was really funny that you said that because now my plans are ruined.
But you're still here, though.
Yeah.
How'd
still
that
made it.
happen?
And this was planned.
Did you have that courage? We're starting to drift from courage just a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry. Rabbit hole. I do it all the time. But yeah. I mean, I knew not, oh, it's a little hiccup. I'll get through it. I had the confidence in myself that I can handle it and the courage to take on the situation.
So what would you, if you could define courage, how would you? Because a lot of people think courage is, living without fear. And that's why I say my courage comes from the idea of fear.
Right.
So where would you say, what is courage?
So in my opinion, personally, courage is understanding that a situation will be tough, but it will better you to come out of it on the other side. So instead of letting it defeat you, using, the quote unquote courage to defeat it helps you take on the next challenge in life, which promotes the growth. So it's really hard to define courage because it's also
Without
like an
using the
action
word courage.
What's that?
So without using the word
Yeah.
courage?
I don't know. How would you define it? Right?
Crap.
It's weird.
I would say it's maybe having the confidence to overcome a situation despite all the outside factors. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's not a bad one.
It's just a stab at it.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's definitely and that's the thing. I feel like courage is very subjective in its term to someone's life. What I view courage as and what you view courage as could be two completely different things, but in reality, they're very similar in their outlines.
And everyone's courage meter is definitely different.
Mm-hmm.
You get someone from the front lines serving in our military,
Mm-hmm.
their courage levels are going to be a lot different than a retail worker,
Right. Yeah, right. And I don't know, but they're just both such important things to have in your life, the courage and the confidence.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, for sure. And so then when it comes to, your future and having to take those next steps, where do you apply, this courage and the confidence that you have?
Well, I guess I just have faith in the process.
Okay.
I know it's going to be a rocky path. I know there's going to be lots of ups and downs, and I can't wait for both the ups and the downs.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that is courage. It's just knowing that if you just keep going at it, never give up, you're going to get where you want to go.
Right.
And yeah, it's hard to explain.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's a very hard topic to explain. I thought it was going to be easier to just
It sounds like, oh, I know what those words mean.
Yeah.
But do you really understand them?
Yeah. But then as you think about it, it's so many people are different in, what the word will mean to them. And like I said, it's a very subjective word with a general outline of what people understand it as. But
So, I'm trying to think.
But what?
Courage.
Courage. I don't know. It's like when we talk back about, the tiger, you mentioned the tiger has courage. And even, it's an animal. Its brain isn't as developed as ours. How does it still have that courage?
Survival instinct, I think.
Is it like a desire to survive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rising up. Sounds like song lyrics.
Oh, I don't know that song. But
Maybe not, but it
So
sounded pretty clean.
So when it comes to, courage, is it just a desire to survive? Or is it
Yeah.
like a desire when it comes to us with people, or not people, with a species like the humans who have a more developed brain? Is courage for growth at that point? Whereas with an animal, to survive. With humans,
Okay,
is it to grow?
so again, Tony Robbins. I was
Mhm.
watching an interview and he was talking to this man and he was saying how the brain always finds a way to survive.
Right.
100,000 years ago or 1,000 years ago it was saber-toothed tiger, avoid that.
Mhm.
That's how you survived. But we've come so far as a species that survival looks a lot different now than it does back then,
Mhm.
And so I think it's just kind of translation from survival to thriving.
Right. Or growing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I think that, courage originally comes from that instinct of I need to do this.
Right.
And it's just translated into different ways today.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree with that. Do you have any closing statements? Anything you want to say?
Psh.
Psh. I don't know. I think it's good to try to gain that self-confidence. Try to apply
Definitely.
that courage into your life. Take situations with tenacity. Hit them head on. Understand.
And it takes lots of time to build up that confidence.
Yeah.
It really does, but it's worth it.
Yeah, but I mean, you could either say one day or day one. You know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
like today could be day one to start building that up. So, but just remember to always have confidence in yourself. There's nothing in your life that you can't take on, and have that courage to get through each situation.
Happy Monday, everybody.
And happy Monday. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See ya.